What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. Today we're going to take a look at Nightmare Geese. Now, they did some good things for Nightmare Geese as far as his buffs. They queued up this core effect where now he increases active skill damage by 100% instead of 50% when attacking enemies affected by shock and darkness, which is awesome. That's a phenomenal buff. And another big buff that they actually gave this guy was on his first skill, they gave him the increased target damage received by 25% for 7 seconds upon landing a skill. Now, the thing that they didn't do, or that I wish they would have done, is they didn't make his skills more cancelable. Like, you know, be able to cancel at a faster rate. Whenever you do this third skill, this thing actually takes a little bit of time, which is kind of unfortunate. When he does this Awaken here, he jumps up in the air and he throws down the blast. And it takes a little bit of time to cancel the skill. And the funny thing about this is, even though this guy is a BS character, even though he has a 13-second Awaken skill instead of a 10-second Awaken skill, you can't do as many rotations through your active skills as you can, say, with another character that can cancel the skills super fast. So what I'm going to show you guys today is a little damage comparison between him and Eno. Now, when I did this before, I did it off screen, and I told you guys that Eno pretty much did about double the damage that Geese did before, which is crazy. That is a huge difference, double the damage. Now, both of these characters are pretty much built exactly the same right now. I don't have any imprint stones on either one of them, no imprint stones, and we're just going to run the Awaken set with 2 3PG cards. Now, something that's in Eno's corner is that her 3PGs actually offer critical rate and critical damage, whereas Geese's here, it's a little bit different story. I mean, he does get the increased critical rate by 10%, whenever he uses this skill, which is, I mean, that is pretty damn potent. But whenever you do his default, it actually has an increased target damage received by 20% for 10 seconds when landing a skill. So you actually get a lot more damage out of using his default than what you actually do out of his 3PG. We might go ahead and test that and see if there really is a difference. They both have max capsules. And we take a look at Eno here. Again, no imprint stones, and we're just running an Awaken set. And like I said a second ago, with her 3PGs, she actually gets an increase in damage. She's getting an increase of active skill damage by 4.5% right here. That makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. That's something to keep in mind, but it is a part of her kit, right? But maybe if you didn't get that 3PG, you know, you'd have a different outcome. And then the other 3PG I have has increased attack by 2%. So she's getting an extra increased attack all the time from her 3PG, as well as getting the active skill damage by 4.5%. It's actually a pretty big advantage, not to mention she's got the giant explosion and all that. But I mean, this is kind of what I want to point out about this when it comes to comparing to Geese. And it really does show really how strong both these characters are, but really my attention is more focused on Geese. So we're going to jump into Spider Robot. All right, so we got to do that again. It has some technical difficulties. Something that happens quite often whenever I'm using a certain software to record on my phone. But I want you guys to pay attention to something when it comes to playing with Eno here. So Eno can cancel her skills super fast, right? And we'll count how many rotations we actually go through when it comes to using her Awaken rotation. And she only has a 10-second Awaken rotation instead of a 10-second. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 3PG, right? See how much damage she does here. And so, I mean, we got 20,600,000. 20,600,000. Okay? And she did over 8 rotations, right? And that's because she can cancel her skills so fast. All right? So now we're going to put in Geese, and we're going to see what he can do. And you're just going to notice that whenever you play with Geese, I mean, and this is the thing that I always just complained about, even in the very beginning. You know, they need to speed up his animation, especially between his third skill. Whenever you're canceling out of the third skill, they need to speed that damn thing up. But even though he's got a 13-second rotation, you're going to see that he's going to do the same amount of skills like Eno, even though he's got an extra 3 seconds of Awaken rotation. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and look at that. 8 rotations, and then 1 hyper armor skill. It's because his animations just aren't as fast as Eno's. Now let's look at the damage he did. So he did almost, you know, he did 17,600,000. So Eno did 3 million more damage than him with the same exact build. Now, you might be looking at that thinking, wow, man, you know, Geese is weak. Well, actually, that's an insane improvement because before, when I did this exact same test off camera, right, off recording, I wasn't doing any recording, he only got like 9 million. That's it. And now he's getting way more. He's getting almost double the damage. Not quite double, but almost. I mean, he's getting a huge improvement for the character. So that's actually pretty awesome that he's so much stronger than what he was before. But I really wish they would have addressed the canceling skills. I wish they would have made it to where you could cancel the skills even faster, because that's the thing that hinders this character something fierce. Now, what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and slap on a different set on this guy. Something a little bit more optimal for him. The BS set here with the BS option card is definitely going to be a pretty nice addition. And then we're going to go ahead and slap on his imprint stones to kind of buff him up a little bit. And I'll show you guys what he can do in Guild Raid these days. There we go. Put that on him. And this first stone gives him blast skill damage increase, which is pretty good for Geese. And then the next one, let's see if I can find one here real quick. It always kind of sucks to go looking through it. I wish, like on the character that you were putting your imprint stones on, it would just automatically show up at the very top. That would be pretty cool if it did that. But they still got the little icons on them, so I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's really not all that difficult as long as you got fairly decent eyesight. There we go. His second skill gives him active skill damage increase, and his third skill also gives him active skill damage increase. You know, these are a mixed blend of different volume stones that I put on this character. So now he's rocking 81,000, almost 82,000 CP. His attack's around getting near 79,000. And we're just going to use his leadership because, you know, he's got the 45% increase to attack. And then the PG rate, we're just going to go ahead and use it. We have all attack type fighters on the team to give us an extra 5% attack. And again, just like I said in the last video, like with BS Chrysalid, whenever you have 3 BS fighters on the team, you do get an extra attack by 10%. The problem is once you get below 70% HP, which Geese probably will, you're not going to have any kind of extra attack boost at all. So you always get this 5% attack when you have all attack type fighters on the team. We're using BS Orochi for our striker because he does give that decreased skill cooldown. So let's see how well we perform. I've actually practiced this a few times. All right, so I got to do that again, unfortunately, due to technical difficulties. You know, whenever you're using this kind of software where you don't use any kind of cable to your phone, you definitely run into some glitches. It's one of the reasons I don't like recording whenever I'm using my phone. But whenever you're playing with Geese, you always want to start off with this first and third skill, and that way whenever you use your second skill, you can reset them, hopefully. I mean, you got a 70% chance of resetting them. There we go. And I tried a bunch of different rotations with Geese, and it really seemed like whenever you just use all 3 of his skills, you're going to do a whole lot better. And there we go. And you always want to use his first skill. Like right before Rugal gets ready to do his explosion, if you do his first skill, you'll get that decreased damage received, and that's how you're going to keep alive. There we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. And like right after this, more than likely Rugal's going to do his explosion. So we want to make sure we get off our first skill as fast as possible. So that way we have that decreased damage received so we don't die. That's kind of the key with playing... All right, we're going to go ahead and hit our default here. There we go, there we go. Really kind of mistimed that a little bit. But it's all good, right? We're just coming in here off the cuff. I'm just showing you guys what he can do, at least on my account, with this build and these imprint stones that are on him. I noticed something like whenever I play on my phone, I can't really dodge. I can't really dodge as fast. It's like there's a little hesitation in my buttons here whenever I press the dodge. Like I'm immediately pressing dodge, but yeah. I don't know. It doesn't. Sometimes it seems like it just doesn't dodge. See right there, I hit that dodge. Man, it's just annoying. And perfect, perfect. So now we can run through our Awaken rotation here pretty quick, pretty easy. I really, really wish we could cancel these skills. Oh, crap. Not so good, not so good. Like I said, man, the dodge doesn't seem to work that well on my iPhone. You guys see me tapping it, but it doesn't seem to want to kick in. It's pretty annoying. It's a big reason why I like playing on emulators. Because, like, on my emulator, I can dodge this every time. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, after this, Rugal's going to do his explosion. All right, here we go. See there, I didn't have my first skill up. And you guys can see that we got, you know, about 650 million. I've actually gotten over 700 million when I had a better run, whenever I was dodging better. But I know, again, you know, sometimes when I play on my phone, it just seems like it doesn't want to dodge that quick. You know, like whenever I'll do that default, on my emulator, I can easily dodge out of it. But on my phone, it just, you know, I'll sit there and tap it. And he's just, I don't know, he's just not getting out of the way. It's pretty damn annoying. But Geese is a godly character. I mean, he's still not going to be #1 in the green category. I think Ino's still going to be #1. I think she's still better overall. But he is freaking way stronger than what he was before. I will say that, you know, I'm not really, I'm kind of so-so when it comes to Geese on how I feel about his buffs. They're good buffs, but I think they could have been better. I think if they would have made his skills, you know, where they were cancelable, where you could get at him a lot faster, run through him a lot quicker, that would have been a lot better. His damage would have went up so much more. The fact that whenever you're using his Awaken rotation, you do the same amount of rotations as you would with, say, a character that has a 10-second rotation. You know, he's got a 13-second one. The other one's got 10-second. It just kind of sucks. But he's still a godly character, still really terrific for Spider Robot, amazing in the Immortal Dungeons. He's like one of the best characters and one of the best leaderships for the Immortal Dungeons. He's just godly there because he has Shock, he has Darkness, he has a great PG rate leadership. So let me know how y'all feeling about Nightmare Geese's buffs. Do you think they were enough? Do you think they should have done more with him? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What would you like to see them change for him? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.